Remember me, I'm the one who dry your weeping eyes. Remember me, I'm the same one who made you laugh when you wanted to cry. And I've been waiting, ooh yeah, girl, you promised to love me. Remember me, I'm the one who's begging for your love. Just the thought of you, oh yeah, blow my mind. Remember me, girl, I'm willing to be your everything. It's now or never. Ooh yeah, let's get together, love each other.
Do my last video, you're calling to love me. Hey, class won't be too long tonight. Former Salif, my brother, welcome. Mark Javelin, cause Colin Bakoya, Cedric Saye, what's up? Darlington Collins, what's up again? Oh my God, we're going away almost. So let me start calling names before I get in trouble. Support to make flower or make start calling them. Then I can bring my own rules. Morris Koma, what's up? Aaron Mathis. What's up? Makam Buayu. Afriam Johnson. Georgia Lina Tule. What's up, babe? What's up, babe? Babe? Thank you, Darlington. Thank you. Vida Maria Wright. What's up, darling? Thank you for all the prayers and support, man. Thank you for everything, always. Momo Banjo. Steve Wilson. Gaswa Yene. Yensa. Atmosphere. Son of Prophet. What's up? Rob Kanga. Elena Mono. Hi to all of you guys. Every one of you. Priscilla Abraham Cooper. What's up, darling? Hey, Miles O'Connor. How you doing? Dala is back again, so one call to phone me now, they're in trouble. Brother-in-law, you ain't passed away. What's up? Hello to all of you. Harry Pay and plenty of visits to America in May. This May, I should be in America. Yeah. Yo, Fossil. John Hassan Ibrahim, how you doing? Tilia Yure. The Tony coming for you, Tilia. What's up? Ronald Togba, how you doing? Gabla Williams, the Vice Chairman of CDC. Welcome, sir. Don't worry, you can stay on this video tonight. Not for John, we are, yeah? My old brother, Moose Baker. What's up? Enter Johnny Jala Phillips. Christmas Sally, my old boy. Christmas Sally, what's up? Yeah, Maya Sakali, when I come to America, I will arrange my travel to other states. Don't worry, I should do that. Rabbi Zango, my own party man, what's up? Alexander Kiddo. Deconti J, how you doing, dear? Yes, Minnesota is on my list. My son lives there, my mother-in-law is there. I got a lot of family there. I never go to America without hitting Minnesota, so I will be there. Louis McCarthy, what's up? Yeah, everybody won't pull me like, you know, they won't pull the rope now. So come to the state, come to my own state, come to the south. Yes, we're planning. Leslie Thompson, how you doing, darling? How you doing? Yeah, Tilia, you don't Tani now, come in leader for you. What's up? My own brother, what's up? Nadia Wilson. Bless Sampon Batu, Mohammed Alhaji Fofana, Prince Wia, Abraham Bowie, Abu Tarale, J. William Yanti, Spencer Salami, Isaac Ye watching from Paris, France, from the Liberian Embassy, my own cousin, Victor Tishio, Ian Kamara, Emmanuel Charles, Thomas Yuma, my very big brother who I respect so highly, Charles Edward Goodrich. Good evening, sir. My respect always. I'm going to get in trouble if I don't call names. Rob Sakali, I know you're here. Thomas Awaji, what's up, T? Fanny Siebo, how you doing, dear? Marvin D. Gay. Yeah, when I'm coming to Minnesota. That one, forget it. If I go anywhere, I gotta go to Minnesota. That was my son is. My mother-in-law is there. Abraham Wankola, how you doing? Lord Kelly Johnson. Hey. Let me leave all the meanness more, yeah? Or else I get run through all. Forgive me. We're gonna go through the show. Yeah, Federal Science. I will come to Grand Crew too. Yeah, I will come to Grand Crew too. Okay. For my voice, the quality of my voice can tell you that I'm not too well. But I always believe I owe a duty to you. I've gotten used to coming to class at this time. I don't know what you're so think about coming to class. I've gotten used to coming to class and taking your notepad. Some of you want to stay in the front row, some of you want to be in the middle, some of you in the back, the bar boys and girls in the back. Welcome all of you. Anthony Bay says to come to Belgium. Belgium is not on my agenda now, but it's a possibility. I must have a purpose for coming. Magnus Cassell, what's up my brother? Thank you for the offer, thank you for the support, the concern and everything. Thank you always, Magnus Cassell. Thank you. Godson Givler, Marie Pade. Okay. Before we turn anything here to request show, then supposed to start feeding back. One call them name. Tonight we'll be here for like 30 minutes. Today was day 11 in the impeachment trial of Kabineh Ja'neh. But before we go in there, our president is out of the country. He's in the UAE. It is my hope that his trip to the UAE will become successful for the country. I don't believe in too much pictures these days when the president, the people around him believe him taking picture with other people outside Liberia means the trip was successful. I don't understand that. I don't know why the president people keep treating him like an inferior and like somebody who doesn't deserve or merit being out there, so that so much that when he takes picture with foreign guests, they make a big deal out of it. Nobody will eat picture in this country. George Weah can take 59 pictures in the UAE. It will not replace the employees that Firestone putting down. The over 800 employees. No amount of picture taking will put one person back to job at Firestone. Yeah, Blamato, trust me, it will be 30 minutes tonight. We'll talk on the issue 30 minutes. And maybe we'll chit-chat on different issues for another 10-15 minutes. But on the impeachment issue, I'm not too sure we're even going more than 30 minutes because Kabineh Ja'neh finished making the case. If you are following the case, you already know. So I'm not going to bore you with the details and all that stuff. I will just give you a rundown update and then we'll flow with other issues. No amount of pictures that the president takes out there with high-profile people will replace the jobs that are being lost here. No amount of pictures the president takes out there with people and his people who traveling with him, taking pictures, see the president in company with the president will succeed, the outcome is successful, you can see from the picture. What is that? I am making a consideration just before we go to the impeachment stuff. I'm making a consideration to leave George Weah and government alone. When I mean leave them alone, not to go quiet, but to be involved with other initiatives, other motivational, informational initiatives, and leave George Weah alone. Because even their own actions and inactions that are causing the economy of our country to decline so fast, they're blaming it on opposition. We only talking and asking questions. They say, who the cause? When George Weah violated the Constitution and we spell it out, then they say, we the cause he violated the Constitution. I'm seriously considering lowering my voice on the governance issues, the economy. Maybe when I shut up, the economy will improve. Maybe when I leave George Weah alone, maybe they will start to respect the Constitution. Maybe when we leave them alone small, maybe they will have some time to think a bit, to put a plan together that can put people to work. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe. Because when people are not put to work, because of the actions or inactions by the government, the environment is not conducive to attract investors to the country, to expand the private sector. When we ask questions, then they say we the cause just by asking questions. A lot of things. I'm getting overly concerned about the governance of our country. And if my going quiet for a bit may help or could help or will help, who knows? I want to be in communities, talking to people, town hall meetings, intellectual places, talking to people in deprived communities, lifting the spirit of the people. I want to be engaged with those things. And let George Weah then be taking their pictures here and there, and this and that. You will hear from me. I will speak out. I'm not going to go silent. I just want to give them some breathing space. So when they're doing that thing, they can't think, say, hey, God, Dillon will talk again. I don't want it to be, when they're doing that thing, then they make mistake thinking that, hey, that thing we're doing, I want to Dillon will accept it so he will not talk. Yeah, I want to give them that breathing space. Because it looks like everything that they do, that they fail at, once you ask them questions as to why they fail, oh, you see, then they start blaming it on you. They never blame you when the president travels, sometimes uselessly. They never blame you when the president takes money from places that nobody knows and build houses for himself in 1 year that he never owned in 30 years. They never blame you for those things. But on the governance issues, when they're screwing up, when they clearly demonstrate that they don't have vision and capacity to change anything here for the better, and by the time you ask the question, oh, you see that was Dillon there talking. So I won't give them some little breathing space. Big brother Samuel Jackson, SPJ, welcome. Vega Donzo, welcome, Chief. I'd like to welcome my political leader on this post, Senator Nyongri Kanga Lawrence. Welcome, boss leader. Welcome, Chief. You know, so let's try something and see whether it will work, because everything we do, everything we say, all the exposures we do, it is only for one goal, and that goal is for national good, for the common good. When they get it wrong, we try to put them back on track. We seem to be the enemy, or we supposed to be the ones distracting their focus. So I want to see whether if we went silent for a few days or a few weeks, if they will get their focus, if they can get their bearings. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Somebody please tell me whether I'm making sense, or I'm sounding like I'm coward and I'm running back, or I'm finding a way to retreat. No, I'm not finding a way to retreat. I'm changing the tactics. I prefer to be in the communities, organizing town hall meetings, and giving motivational talks to the people, as at least keeping them hopeful and enlightening their minds on their rights, and to help to graduate them from the ignorance. It is due to ignorance that our people don't even know that they have been cheated and violated, denied and deprived. You know? That's the reason. So that's how I'm looking at it. I could be wrong at it. That is why I said I put up this discussion to seek advice, to get your opinion. Because What we do for the country, for the public, and for all of us. It's not about me. It should not be about me. That is why I keep saying, even the upcoming senatorial election, I will be fighting for one opposition candidate under the opposition collaborating parties of UP, Liberty Party, ANC, ALP. We want to field one candidate. And if that one candidate is not me, for the greater good, for the future of the collaboration, I will second my personal ambition, my personal aspiration for the greater good. If we went to a process and I'm not the chosen or elected choice to be on that ticket, I will live by it. I will support the ticket. I will support the person. Because it's not supposed to be for me. It's not about me. It should not be about me individually. It should be about the collective good. It's time to stop this self-greed, ego. It must be me or the whole team of chocolate. No. Then we'll go nowhere. Sorry. Please hang on a bit. Let me get a bottle of water to help myself here. 1 second, please. A few seconds. Wow. Well. Thank you for the patience. Thank you for holding on. I had to take that bottle of water. Okay, so day 11. I will come back to the other regular issues. But day 11, impeachment. Today was day 11 and the second day that Kabineh Ja'neh, the Associate Justice, standing trial for impeachment, was on the witness stand testifying for himself, defending himself. And it's my first time in a long time where I have seen somebody went to defend themselves. They did not only defend themselves so adequately, they also taught lessons. But the key things that happened today was when the senators sitting as jurors were allowed to ask questions like previous times. The senators asked some fundamental, pointed questions. I mean, all the senators. The thing I like about it is the senators were asking questions to inform their decision as to what to do. I'm getting convinced by the day. I'm getting more convinced by the day this impeachment thing will be trashed. The impeachment against Kabineh Ja'neh has no legal merits. None of the counts being brought against Kabineh is impeachable. The senators were asking today, for instance, Senator Prince Johnson was concerned about Article 73, Article 71. I mean, let's first start with Serena Cephas. You know, it's not because Serena Cephas is lawyering for the House of Representatives in this matter. It's not because of that I will be denigrating of him. But when you think that people are sound, when you hear their names, when you have not really interacted with them, or when they have not been given the big stage, when you hear the name and the title, you think they're really up there. Serena Cephas was just another dumb today. Serena Cephas read Article 71 that I have read to you here almost every night, that talks about what qualifies impeachment or what constitutes impeachable offenses that a judicial official can commit that will warrant impeachment. Serena Cephas read that and said, under that Article 71, Kabineh Ja'neh committed gross misconduct. So it is an impeachable offense. What Serena Cephas as a lawyer did not know, and I hope he hears so I can teach him. Gross misconduct is broad. It has to be expressly defined. What constitutes gross misconduct? And the Constitution says in order to impeach a judicial official for gross misconduct, that gross misconduct must have been proven first. Like I've been saying, and Kabineh Ja'neh said today clearly, Bossman, Article 71, it says, in order for you to impeach me for gross misconduct, you must first prove the gross misconduct. And the Supreme Court is the only body responsible, the only authority responsible to interpret the plain meaning of the law, what the law says and what it means. The Supreme Court has interpreted Article 71 before to say gross misconduct when committed or accused against a judicial official, the way to prove it is to place that person before a judicial committee responsible to determine whether the judicial official has committed gross misconduct. The Supreme Court has laid the foundation and interpreted Article 71 before. So the question now was, has Kabineh Ja'neh been brought before any judicial panel to investigate him for gross misconduct, official gross misconduct, and that he was declared guilty or liable, and that liable investigative report is the one you use as the subject or the reliance for wanting to impeach him? Serena can't find her bearings. He can't find her bearings. And then he said, Kabineh Ja'neh committed theft of property when he took House of Representatives public document to form a cogent part of his prohibition before the Supreme Court. Kabineh, then he said, do you admit to theft? Kabineh Ja'neh said, but you already finished convicting me of theft. I will not answer that because Kabineh Ja'neh is a smart lawyer, an associate justice he's not only an associate justice on the Supreme Court bench, he is a professor of law, teaching at a law school. So he was teaching, what his name, Serena today. Kabineh said, theft of property is a criminal offense. In order to convict somebody of a criminal offense, there must be a trial consistent with due process of law. Which trial, consistent with due process of law, have found me guilty of stealing documents from the house to make it part of my evidence in the prohibition writ that I filed before the Supreme Court. Which, and a conviction in a court of law means in a court of law, not in a court of public opinion. There must be a trial consistent with due process. Which court of law convicted Kabineh Ja'neh in about theft of property, stealing a House of Representatives document? None. So who determined that Kabineh stole the House of Representatives? You say the man burglarized the House of Representatives and stole their documents. No burglary incident has been reported. The police has no report of burglary that has been reported of the House of Representatives during this period. The chief clerk is on no record in Liberia, outside Liberia, no security record, no House plenary hearing that her office was burglarized and certain documents were taken away, and that these documents that were taken away were found in Kabineh Ja'neh exhibits before the Liberian Supreme Court. Nothing. You just gather, you imagine that somebody stole, so you come and impeach them. And what is interesting, that loud, uncouth talker, Akaras Gray, he finished running away. He hardly attends end of the hearing. Says he was treated like a wet dog, exposed to the bigger world. That his only big mouth is at CDC headquarters, or when he alone on the radio and speaking to citizens. Loosely, no sense of rationality, no intellectualism, nothing, no good reasoning. Nothing. The whole House of Representatives practically finished running away from the case. They only leave the lawyers there now. Because they've seen that Kabineh Ja'neh has exposed them. Today the senators were asking questions. Say for instance, Senator Nyombi Kanga Lawrence of Liberty Party. She asked, she said, Your Honor, all the counts against you here are subjects of opinions that were rendered by you, or especially by the full bench. The Roe Fund case involved the full bench of the Supreme Court of Liberia. Which other one? Kabineh Ja'neh own land case that appeared, that reached the Supreme Court, had to do with the full bench. The writ of prohibition that was issued, that they say Kabineh Ja'neh issued, Kabineh Ja'neh didn't issue it, that Philip Banks will issue it. And then Kabineh Ja'neh took over after Philip Banks, and then sent the matter to the full bench for the full bench to hear it. So throughout, the full bench have been hearing or been involved with these matters. So Senator Lawrence asked today, Nyombi Kanga Lawrence, Your Honor, if all of these issues being brought against you were handled by the full bench of the Supreme Court, why are you alone here? Why is it that you alone here? Why not the full bench? You know Kabineh Ja'neh, smart, well-educated, intelligent. He said, under 3 seconds, he responded and spoke to the senators. He said, Senator, permit me not to answer that. I leave it with you. You will go and vote. All of you finish seeing that all the things people brought against me, Even though I was part of it and doing my judicial function, but all my colleagues on the bench handle some of these matters. So you go home now and start asking yourself, but why they brought this man alone here? The road front case was withdrawn by the Justice Ministry and the businesses involved. And in keeping with the practice, on the place on record, the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Justice placed on record that they wanted to withdraw the case from the Supreme Court for them to go handle it by themselves. And in acknowledging that petition for withdrawal, the Chief Justice signed it, CNN Yo signed it, James Eto Howard Wolokoli signed it, Philip Ben signed it the time he was on the bench, and what his name, Kabineh Ja'neh signed it. All 5 of them signed it. They brought Kabineh Ja'neh to impeach him for something the entire bench did. Kabineh Ja'neh's own land case that he bought in 1996 reached the Supreme Court. Kabineh Ja'neh recused himself. The other 4 justices, 3 associate justices and the Chief Justice who is presiding, they on technical ground for failure to fulfill or to perfect an appeal before the Supreme Court. You got within 60 days to meet all of the requirements set to perfect an appeal before the Supreme Court. When you fail to do that, the other party can move the court to dismiss the case on technical ground because you fail to perfect your appeal. After Constance Annie Constance lawyer failed to perfect the appeal from the lower court ruling or judgment, Kabineh Ja'neh lawyer moved the court on motion to dismiss the case on technical ground for failing to do what? Perfect the appeal. The court was under legal obligation to grant that motion. The Chief Justice sat on that matter, he signed it. CNN Yo signed it. And Philip Ben signed it. James Eto Howard Wolokoli signed it. Kabineh Ja'neh did not sign it because it was his own land case, and to avoid conflict of interest, he recused himself. But on the land case business, and they said, why the Supreme Court went and ruled in favor of Kabineh Ja'neh? So they come and move Kabineh Ja'neh instead of going after. You understand? So when they asked Kabineh Ja'neh today, when Senator Nyomli Kanga Lawrence, a juror, a senator, who is my political leader, the senator of Grand Bassa County, when she asked that question today for me, that one was today sufficient to send Liberia and the world home, but more particularly to send the 30 senators home to go and say, God, what are we about to do? Or what were we almost being made to do to this country and to this man? When Senator Nyomli Kanga Lawrence asked and said, Your Honor, all the counts against you had to do with the functions assigned to you as a judicial official. And almost every case that they talk about, the full bench participated. Why is it that you alone is being targeted for impeachment? Kabineh Ja'neh said, Senator, I leave that with you. Permit me not to answer it. Yeah. So the senators are going home tonight. Some of them are already home. I know about 6 of them on this video tonight already. I'm hoping that they think they can call them host of elders. Elder does not necessarily, the host of elder, as the people in an affectionate way or famous way refer to the Senate, does not necessarily mean really big, huge old age. The Constitution Article 30B says when you are 30 years old and above, you are by law qualified to contest for and become senator if you win. So at the age of 30, you can become a senator. Once you become a senator, it is expected that the conduct will be elderly. That same Article 30 says, in order for you to be a representative, you must be 25 years old and above. That means a representative will be 5 years younger than a senator. If going by the 25 years requirement and 30 years requirement for House of Representatives and Senator respectively. So at the age of 30, when people elect you to become a senator, they expect that your actions, your conduct will be elderly, wise. Elderly people or elderly things, meaning wise, wisdom. You want people, I can name with no fear about 7 senators who, no matter what happened, they will vote against Kabineh Ja'neh because they are on a revolutionary mandate to go against their conscience. For history to record, to shame their families, to embarrass their children, for history to record that one day when it was time to act elderly, to stand up and redeem the democracy of this country and to save the integrity and independence of the judiciary, this senator, your pa or your auntie or your uncle, refused to stand up because he was afraid of George Weah and George Weah's popularity. I don't see Peter Comer, whether that's secret ballot or not, I don't see Peter Comer voting to redeem this country. He will vote against Kabineh Ja'neh because a mobile Molu knows that he voted in favor of Kabineh Ja'neh, then the CDC say what he's looking for, he will never get it. This is a man, a professional medical doctor, one of the best brains we have when it comes to medical surgeons in this country. Peter Comer, what has happened to him because of politics, only God one knows. Peter Comer, when George Weah won the election, ran back to CDC after he resigned, vilifying George Weah and then dealing with CDC that they were a group of extremists and ill-prepared people. After George Weah won, the first 2 months, when it appeared that George Weah was overly popular and his fame and popularity will override anything they call critical voice or alternative thing in this country, Peter Comer, them, and all the other people that started running back to CDC or joining CDC so that they can be part of George Weah's popularity and benefit from it. Later did they know that George Weah was only popular but ignorant on anything governance. That George Weah had no vision, no plan, nothing. No innovative plan, no creativity, nothing. He was only riding on his popularity. People rode on his popularity, got elected, some of them got jobs. And people thought George Weah was so popular to the extent that being even in opposition, it was a waste of time. Even some people who not braving the storm to come now and stand up again as opposition were running behind George. January, February, March, April, in this country, it was almost Darius Dillon alone speaking in this country. Darius Dillon braved the storm along with Mo Ali and Bwaka Jaleba. At that time, people even used to ask, what happened to the political leaders of these parties? Once in a while, sparingly, Mr. Cummings would speak. There was no Ure. Bwaka was gone home. Charles Broskin was already in Basra already. This country, at a certain point, people used to ask me, Dillon, who you talking for? Who you talking to? Who listening to you? When George Weah convoy passing, people used to run from the communities on the road to cheer him. At that time, being in an opposition was looking stupid to the country. So at that time, people like Peter Como then wanted to tap on George Weah a temporary political popularity in government. He went back to CDC. What did he announce? He himself. He said, I left CDC because I was suffering from cerebral malaria. That's a medical doctor. He knows the meaning of cerebral malaria. Something was wrong with him. That man gone back to CDC. He was prostrating to Moba Molu. Mr. Chairman, I hear now you see my wife will work for. He said, my wife. You think Peter Como, it said do open vote. You think Peter Como ought to vote against George Weah's demand to remove Kabineh Ja'neh? No. He will vote against Kabineh Ja'neh, even knowing that it is wrong to do so. Sir Joseph will vote against Kabineh Ja'neh. Sir Joseph believes he is nothing without CDC. Even his personal heroic work he did that earned him Ebola hero title, that the only thing CDC could use to say we're making him senator because he was Ebola hero. Even at that, Sir Joseph have not found that he is his own man, he's a hero. He will vote against Kabineh Ja'neh because it's a mandate, even though he knows it is wrong to do so. I spoke about Marshall Dennis yesterday. Marshall Dennis from Grand Jita County. He will vote against Kabineh Ja'neh. And not only because he's from Grand Jita County, but he's a senator representing Grand Jita County, one of the senators. I told you lastly about my interaction with Marshall Dennis when he was comptroller at the port in 2004, 2005, when Kabineh Ja'neh was justice minister. I don't need to bore you with that again. You can go to the video yesterday. Then this Marshall Dennis, who lost his job as a result of an investigation at the Freeport, where I was the chairman of the investigation, refused to compromise, went in that port to clean up the mess that they were doing there. This is a man who is senator today. He has issue with a man who took a decision to clean up the Freeport of the mess they were creating. So 2005 grudge, plus being a CDC, Marshall Dennis will vote against Kabineh Ja'neh. I know them. I know them one by one. Vanny Sherman, I even know where he is. As Vanny Sherman, who is, we are taking it from him. When Vanny Sherman ready to be Vanny Sherman, he is one of the best things that happened to the legal profession in this country. The guy knows the law. But when he decides to be the Vanny Sherman for money and power and political favor, he can lose everything. Vanny Sherman is not being elderly. Vanny Sherman does not act like a lawyer. He is not even presenting himself as a statesman to say, damn, when we founded the Liberia Action Party, we founded it in the cause of democracy to save the state. This is Vanny Sherman who is prepared to vote against Kabineh Ja'neh only because his anchor at the bench, his anchor at the bench, the full bench for denying all his foolish motions he was filing to delay the civil mining case against him. So once he has an opportunity to vote against one of the persons from the bench, he thinks it's an opportunity. Vanny Sherman, they're not leaving any legacy behind that some of us can model after. Shame. 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 I can go on naming about 7 of them. And you know what? I can go on naming about 12 senators who I believe with confidence will save this country. Will save this country. They say Kabineh Ja'neh bought land for 4-year-old child. It turned out to be lie. They say Kabineh Ja'neh deprived a 90-year-old woman of her land, making it appear like it was yesterday or day before last year. It turned out to be lie. The old lady herself came. Since they went for that old lady, that's my view, that's my belief. I may be wrong. But I believe strongly, since they went for that old lady, none of them have gone back to see how she's doing. Since they made a political, sentimental thing out of the old lady, her presence, so people can be so sentimentally charged against Kabineh. Say, look at the old lady, can't even walk, he take her land. Since they used that old lady and put her on stage and camera, they haven't gone back to see how she's living, whether she's in a wheelchair, whether she's eating today, and all of that stuff. None of them. They only use that old lady, to make a sentimental show out of this thing, to make Kabineh Ja'neh look like a devil when he is not a devil. When he's not a devil. You say, somebody born 1956, sold a land in 1996, you say they're 40 years old. I can understand why they say the man 4 years old. I can understand why they say the man 4 years old. CDC always playing with numbers and eating numbers. That's why they can't account for the 25 million today. They can't account for the 25 million today. They took us some. Somebody 40 years old, you say they 4. I can understand. They totally zero from there. So when they asking them, when they calculate, when Kabineh Ja'neh lawyers calculate the time, 1956 to 1996, how many years? Is it 4? But when they in the house, when they in CDC camp, when they on the radio alone, it's about 4 years old. When they are confronted with the facts and the evidence, they say, hey, 4? So, basically, day 11 today was more about Kabineh Ja'neh exposing these things, and the line of questioning from the senators has become clear and clearer. One thing I normally do, after the hearing, I walk with people or I come downstairs early to gauge the views of people who witnessed the hearing. I got to notice that every day after the hearing, more people become supportive of Kabineh Ja'neh. Especially those who were initially, some of those who were initially against him, only on account of hearing the side of the House of Representatives. Kabineh Ja'neh, I mean, Moba Akaras Gray and Thomas Faladem, who created the mess in the name of impeachment. They don't even go to the trial any longer. Today, I was following KMTV live while I was inside the hall with the trial. And I saw Akaras Gray watching the trial on KMTV and fighting Kabineh Ja'neh on KMTV live. And I was just there to tell him, you are only expressing and exhibiting sheer ignorance. Sheer ignorance. He said abuse of power is when a judge gets a ruling wrong. The abuse of power. Once the judge believes that, sorry for the interruption, I was just being called by my brother. Probably he doesn't know I'm doing video. You know, once the judge relies on the law in his understanding, his reasoning of the law, and renders a judgment, if that ruling you believe is wrong, is that ground for impeachment? Especially if the judge did it in keeping with judicial function. Who said when the judge ran out his ruling, everybody will like it? They put who on the wrong side of the law will not like it? Does that warrant impeachment? No. Mr. Akaras Gray, why are you embarrassing yourself? Today on KMTV, that God just took me there even as I was in the hall. So, while he was fooling his tiny people who thought he still had reason to believe, to even show face, I was there to correct him and to get him good whipping out of there. And I whipped him sufficiently out of there. Because when I was bringing sense to the discourse, Even on KMTV, challenging Akaras, he ran away. Oh, I know the boss so well. Akaras get motor scooter on his shoes. Anytime he see me. Anytime he see me. The motor scooter is like automatic. He do just, especially when I turn to, it was doing the social talk. Drinking, laughing and talking, he can be around. But when it comes to the serious issues, soon as he see me, it's automatic. Brrr, he gone. Because he knows I will naked him intellectually on the issues. So even on KNTV today, I made him to flee. I'm getting some indication here. Yeah, so much for today, day 11. And you see me, I'm excited. I'm excited because Kabineh Ja'neh, there was no better witness to lay the case bare for Kabineh Ja'neh than himself. The senators who were interested in this matter or gaining more interest in the matter per day, every day, they were there, they were listening. Samuel Johnson, Yombi Kanga Lawrence, Oscar Cooper, Komine Wisse, Glebo Brown, Daniel Nathan, Ahmad Jala, Jonathan Capier, Steve Zago, and you name them. Henry Yala, Dr. Henry Togba, you name them. They were there. George Tengwe, they were there. You can see, I said you can see, if you witness in the trial, when Kabineh whipping them, when Kabineh whipping the House of Representatives and see for them, you can see the CDC lawmakers or the ones who believe that without George where they can't be. You can see them jumping from seat to seat, talking in their friend and ear. My man, they think you're getting serious now. No way, they're losing the number. They're losing the number. The public have already seen that they were after Kabineh Ja'neh only because George Weah doesn't love anything straight. It must be cooking. If it is straight, it must be worshipping of him. If it is straight and not worshipping of him, it should not exist. That is why they don't want Kabineh Ja'neh to exist. And another thing, before I close on the Kabineh Ja'neh issue, the House of Representatives, I don't know, look, the House of Representatives majority, there's also a bunch of useless rebels. When I mean rebels, they are rebellious against the law. Bunch of useless folks. Let me repeat. The House of Representatives in majority, bunch of useless folks that will pay $15,000 or more every month for nothing. Can you imagine? The House of Representatives say they prepare bill of impeachment against Kabineh Ja'neh, and they're supposed to forward it to the Senate for trial, so that the Senate can decide whether to convict him or acquit him. Then they issue their own resolution instructing Kabineh Ja'neh not to go to work to perform his function during this trial. But while he honored their own suspension, he can be taking all the benefits and allowances. You know that how they behave, they don't go to work for days, for weeks, for months. But their allowances can still roll. So they brought that foolishness to the trial and said Kabineh Ja'neh disrespected their resolution in which they resolved that during the trial he should stay away from the Capitol building. Oh, I love the man answer Kabineh Ja'neh. Ja'neh said, I took oath. The first thing I did before I entered the office of Associate Justice was to take oath to protect, uphold, and defend the Constitution and laws of Liberia. The law of Liberia, nowhere in any law of Liberia that says you can suspend somebody and they can still be taking pay. They can go to work, you suspend them for not going to work, but they're entitled to all their money, all their benefits. He said, I haven't seen that law. Unless you can show me that law. And two, in order for me not to go to work, it means I have been convicted and removed from office. Now one foolish, that's what he said now, are you adding my own? Now one foolish, irrational, recklessly thought of resolution coming from the House of Representatives. So, Senator Thomas Gubi of Nima County asked, what constitutes legislature? Article 29 clear. What constitutes legislature? It's two houses, House of Representatives, House of Senate. And they, both of them must concur on a law or a resolution in order to have binding effect on the Republic. That's what Article 29 says. Article 43 for what? Impeachment. So that it can be binding on the Republic. It means that both houses have done it, concurred on it. Then it becomes binding on the Republic and be binding on any official up for impeachment. They didn't do it. Then that useless House of Representatives went and decided that they get the authority to tell a judicial internet disruption. If you notice, disruption or interruption, whatever, it was due to internet issue. So as we wind it down, the House of Representatives said the judicial official, Kabineh Ja'neh will not go to work, but he must be taking a pay. They got no such authority. Who assigned the authority unto them? Because the Constitution does not assign it unto them. So Kabineh Ja'neh is going to work in keeping with the authority granted and the mandate of the Constitution. The hearing resumes tomorrow. Kabineh Ja'neh, I believe, will have a few more hours or an hour or two to conclude his defense for himself. And then the expert witness on behalf of Kabineh Ja'neh will come. I think the expert witness is former Associate Justice Philip Banks. He will take the stand tomorrow. Yes. And he will teach what constitutes impeachable offense and how it is done. He will teach. And I believe Liberia, the world will be listening. But more importantly, the senators will be listening. Yeah, Mohammed Ba. I know that I was suffering from network issue here. I hope it's solved. So that's it for today. We all know the economy is bad. I'm considering leaving Georgia a government alone for a while. I am talking to people. I am asking for advice as to how to go about doing what I want to do. Because in this country, if you're too tough, and for some reason you want to be a little soft, they say they're not buy you. Oh, you're the voice of the people. You're the critical voice. The people say we're too critical, that's why they're failing. You know what I'm saying? We won't give them some breathing space. We won't see whether if we don't be critical for a few days or few weeks, whether they can gain their bearings to know how to shape this economy from where it is to a better place. We want to know whether if we give them breathing space for a few days or weeks, whether it will cause Georgia to start to respect the Constitution again. We want to see whether we get a few days or weeks without being critical, whether LSU will start becoming stable. Stable. We want to see whether we get a few days or weeks, whether civil service salary will be on time again, like when it started off when Georgia or morale was high, and the people they didn't understand who are taking over, and they thought things were going to happen, and people were rallying money here and there. We want to know, we want to see. We want to see whether if we don't advance against bad deals, BM transaction. Whether Ethan and Iboma will bring the money. We want to see. We want to see whether one will go quiet for a few days or weeks. Whether George Weah then will start to respect the laws, and public officials, especially in executive, most of them will stop extorting money from people and driving investors away. We want to see. So at this point in time, I want to be in the communities. I want to be holding town hall meetings here and there. I want to be enlightening people. I want to try in my little way to motivate people and inspire their hopes and confidence that as much as things are bad, we have reason to hope, because things will get better. Time is coming. Things will get better. We want to be in the communities, in the intellectual centers, doing town hall meetings, trying to inform and educate our people on their own rights, to help redeem them from this ignorance that they live in. Because it is only due to ignorance that our people behave the way they behave. It's not deliberate, but they just don't know. They just don't know. You know, I have said this thing. There are 3 categories of people living, especially in Liberia. It is likely that it's happening in the world, but the fact that I am a Liberian, I live in Liberia, I care for my country and my people as well. There are 3 categories of people, especially Liberia, already being described as the world's poorest country. 3 categories of people. 1 category of people living. Another category of people surviving. And the 3rd category of people existing. The category of people that are living, they're not even more than 1%. That the George Weah them, the Charles Bronski them, the Ben Nayue them, the Cummins them, the Bwaka them, in that bracket, that category. The Joel Howard Taylor them. I dare to say the senators them, the representatives them, some government officials, they living. Anything they want, they can get it. Anything they want, they can get it. The children go to the best schools. They wear the finest clothes, drive the best cars, can afford to travel anytime, drink the kind of wine or water, the type of water they want. When they're sick, they can just get on a plane, even for a headache, Ghana, India, or America. They're living. The second category of people surviving, the majority of our people surviving from one means to another. You're hustling here and there every day. You bootlegging, you gotta be sycophantic and all that thing. Just to look like a happening. You surviving, you think on your uncle, you go to him, he get you $10, you hustle on it, you survive on it. When you're finishing, you thinking on one of your married relatives or one of your old time friends to call him, you just surviving. We in that category, most of us. The people surviving in this country, they are in huge majority. You can't even make a budget for a month because you're not there. You can't make your health budget. You can't make your monthly provision budget. You don't even know where you even get it for the month straight. How you make budget? So you just hustling here and there. You hustle, somebody give you buck. If you block ball at me, you go block small with 20 or 30, and then by the time the ball finishing, you think on who else to go out. Just surviving from year to year. Some young women got to, we the heartless men, we got to sleep with the women, those young girls, before we can help them if we can. So they're too surviving on their bodies. Sadly, young men, most of them educated, or at least said to be educated, they survive on bootlegging and sycophancy. Even though they know their conscience tells them what they're doing is wrong, but they have to do it in order to benefit. Surviving. I know plenty of young people in government who only carrying the title. The influence of the office, the benefits of the office, they don't even smell it. They just let the title. Or go sit down someplace, say, Mr. Minister, Mr. Director, the other one. You had an assistant minister. You don't hear people call it assistant minister or deputy. Madam Minister, Mr. Minister, fine. Other one, just surviving. The last category of people are the ones who are existing. Those ones are the ones who not gave up. In fact, they gave up life, they gave up hope for nothing. The only thing they are existing because God ain't care them yet. They finish losing hope. They get no hope, no dream for the future. They just sitting down waiting for God to care them. They just existing. And the only reason is because we run a country that has no philosophy. The philosophy of the founding philosophy of America can be found in the American dream, the land of immigrants, where everybody come together, they craft national policy, where you can be born poor in America and die the richest man, because the environment is created and the opportunity is provided. You can die poor you can born poor in America and other places and end up dying the richest because the environment is created and the opportunities are provided. It takes you to tap on the opportunity to climb the ladder in life in America and other places. In Liberia, you die poor, God will you if you born poor, God will you will die poor. Even if you have the innovation, the dream, the vision, everything to make life. In Liberia, you born poor. If God will you will die poor. No national policy that creates the environment to for the opportunities to be provided. Opportunities in this country is even selective justice. You got to compromise your independence. You got to compromise your beliefs. You got to compromise your integrity or your credibility if you are not a strong-willed person. In order for you to be around. That is why most young people in my generation, just because they believe that they must be in things, they compromise what they believe, their independence, their integrity and credibility, and they just dish it up just like that. Only to go survive. What is the founding philosophy of this country for our people? To say in Liberia, you can be born poor into a poor family, but because of national policies and opportunities that are provided across the board, you can tap on those opportunities and make life and climb the ladder to the highest. Where is it? Where is it? It would require national programs and strong will, people of courage, to say exactly what Jesus said. Love your neighbors as you love yourself. Jesus did not say love your neighbor less or more. He said the same measurement, the same level that you love yourself, you should love your neighbor. If you are a national leader, the same love you have for yourself and your children, you should have it for the people you govern over. The same love. If you believe that your children should go to good schools, create the opportunity for other people's children to go to good schools. Nothing wrong with you, public officials, sending your children to private school in or out of Liberia. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. So long your legal entitlements given by government, by law, can afford, you can afford to do that, fine. But in Liberia, if you're sending your children to private school, because the private schools you believe are better and of better quality, the onus is upon you as a public official to create the environment for other poor people who can afford to send their children to public schools of the same quality with the private school. So the poor people children can go there free. But your children going to private school because of what you choose to send them to for quality, then you have the responsibility to provide the quality into public school so that the poor man children can go to public school. But what happens is when your children graduate, they graduate with quality. When the poor man children graduate from public school, they graduate with quality too. Then they all can go compete in life because they got sound and quality education. But it must be about us, me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. If it is once my children okay as a public official, then to hell with the rest. Amen. Once I can fly to Ghana, India, America, Europe, anywhere for medication because I can afford as a public official to help with the man in Bogoji there, to help with the old lady in one village in Lofa. Damn that old man somewhere in Grand Bassa County in the village. Damn, what is this? What is this? How do we feel public officials are representing the interests of my people only to see the people living the gap, the distance in terms of living life, the gap between the few halves and the majority have not. Hey, no skill can even hold it. No skill can hold it. There is no way that it can even balance. Amen. Let two, three, four famously known people die in 1 month in the country. The whole country can shake. God, what happened? How would die in plain this? Oh, the healthcare system in the country bad. Do we know how many poor people die every day in this country? But because they are not known. So we don't ask God, God, where are you? We don't ask about why the healthcare delivery system of our country is so poor. Why? It's sad. It's sad. Evangelist Zeze, let me see what he said. Say wherever even in, what are you saying? I will read it as you said it. Wherever, even in the United States, you see private and public school having same tuition. Evangelist Zeze Koning, did you listen to me? I don't want to attach you to any political affiliation, but did you listen to me? There are two things. There's difference between hearing and listening. And you can hear someone say, I hear you. I hear you, man. It means that thing you're talking, they take it in. But listening, did you listen to me? Did you, or you only heard me? I said, private schools, to go to private school is a privilege. If I am a public official, to send my children to private school is my decision. It is my decision as a public official to send my children to private school because I can afford. And I believe I'm sending my children to private school only because I believe the private school is of quality, is providing quality education. But I have a responsibility as a public official to ensure that poor people's children can go to public school, and my being the public official, it is a duty upon me to make sure that quality is in our public school, so that the poor people who can afford can send their children to public school, but they can get quality education. It is a responsibility of the government to ensure quality in public schools. Private schools are business. The people charging. They charging according to what they believe the quality that they're providing. And if I want to send my children there, I send them there. But if I am a public official whose responsibility is to craft national policy for the common good, then I should craft national policy and ensure that it is enforced and implemented to ensure quality in the public schools. Where in the world, say you want to bring it about where in the world, in America, you don't see public schools without quality in America just because they're public school. All public schools in America are free, especially from K2 to 12th grade, from kindergarten to 12th grade, free. But is it of less quality because the government school in America? Why are you quick to run to America or make example of things that you guys don't understand? Evangelists, you should be a man of God. Are you telling me that it is not upon the government, to ensure quality in public schools for its citizens? It is upon the government. So all I'm saying, if I'm a public official, I can choose to send my children to public school. I can also choose to send my children to private school. It is my right. So long my legal money that I'm earning can afford. But it is also a duty imposed upon me as a public official to ensure quality in the public schools, so that when my child graduates from the private school with quality education, the poor man's child can graduate from public school with the same quality education. So when they meet in life, they can all have the same ability to compete. The same quality education to compete. That's what government is about. That's what it should be about. Not for us to take pride in saying, my daughter in the other school and she's learning quality education, and I am a public official without shame saying it when poor people children going to public school and there's no chair, no bench, no chalk, no quality in there. Evangelist, is that how you teach the Bible in your church or wherever you go evangelize? Public schools, it is a duty imposed upon government to ensure quality in public school and make them free for the citizens. If the government brings about quality in public schools and make them free, and you the poor man, you say you want to send your child to see there, then that one of your business, you can't blame government. The government must first make the provision for you to have access to education and quality education free from kindergarten to 12th grade. When government does that, when government plays her role, provide quality education and free from kindergarten to 12th grade, and you who planting bitter ball, broke and poor, you say you won't send your child to Abe Darius Dillon, that one are your business. You see it? Mr. Evangelist? I will not attach you to no political party because I won't say because you can reason one way. So I will not do that to you. But I am saying, as a public official, it is my right to send my child to private school. It is my choice and my right to send my child to public school. The reason most public officials boast of the kind of school their children attend because of the quality and the educational quality that the children that are imparted into their children. Now you can't be public official. Your child is benefiting from quality education either in Liberia or elsewhere, and then you have a duty imposed upon you because you are a public official to provide education for the ordinary Liberians. And not just free education, but quality education. That's what I'm saying. I never said that public school and private school should have the same tuition. I said public school should be free, but with quality. Private school, they can charge any amount. That business, that private school, it's a choice to go there. Yes, those days, students from Tottenham demonstration could compete with students from Abe Darius from CWA. Those days, in the early 70s up to the mid-80s, the quality of education that were coming out of Tottenham or government schools, like Basel High School in Grand Bassa County and other public schools across the country, the quality, in fact, men and women graduated from public school. J. Augustine Tour, I could go on naming them. Men and women in this country graduated from Tottenham and other public schools. The quality was there, but it was free. Government was responsible for that. What they law for one man can just put some of your brains on autopilot or they just suspend your own sense of reasoning. John Saki, he says, sir, no education is free anywhere in the world. I live in America and a school tax in the community I live in. I don't understand what you're saying here, sir. You reread it. Reread it so I can understand. You know I tell you, so the way you can read it and give me a hard time. We read it, yeah? John Saki. John Saki. You think I don't know that it is taxes, American tax dollars, that they use to equip American public schools for American children or legal residents to go to public school free? You think I know that? You think I know that the public school are talking about for all the make of quality? You think I know that our taxes we will pay, that government will collect, and then put it in quality in the public schools for our children to go there free, or other people's children to go there free? You think I don't know that? Which public school in America, public from kindergarten to 12th grade, that you can pay school fee in? John Saki. I don't live in America, I live in Liberia. But John Saki, say you live in America, you say I'm not right? Please correct me. Which public school, kindergarten to 12th grade, that government runs school in America, that they pay in school fee? Tell me, which state and how much? Don't forget, I live in America almost 2 years going to school. And I learned a lot living in America for about 2 years. There's some people who stay there 30 years with no disrespect. You know how I managed to know? I managed to know because somebody who stay in America 30 years, 3 of them, we met at a club. Elderly people. They didn't take up citizenship in America. They've been living on green card, legal residency. You know, they didn't know that certain states in America with a green card, you can vote for state representative, mayor, state governor, you can vote in certain states. Go Google it. With a green card. Once you are a legal permanent resident of America with a green card, you can vote as to who will be your state representative because they're going to make laws to affect you. You are a permanent legal resident of America. So they give you that right in some states to vote. The only time you can vote when you have a green card in America, all over America, is when it is an election for federal offices like Congress, to make people senator of America or representative of a district to represent them at Congress, or to elect a president or vice president. You can vote on a green card. But on a green card, you can vote for a governor or a state legislature, mayor, state officials that are electable. You can vote. Those guys stay in America almost 30 years, they didn't know. We had a debate one night on the drinking table. Intellectual debate. Healthy men. And I said, but you're living in America all that year, you're even vote for yours. They said, no. When you get green card in America, you can't vote in any election. I said, no, it's not true. The only time you can vote in America with a green card is to vote in federal election. President, vice president, senators, and U.S. House of Representatives. Not state legislature, not governor. Most states in America allow you to vote locally. He said, it's not true. When you know the internet, me, I like it, we Google it. Then Chief Cyril Allen, he was there that night. He said, Dillon, man, I respect you even more. Damn, you know when you were arguing like that, I thought you were not right. So I was silent. And Chris Maboro was there. He's a lawyer. He said that's why when Dillon brings some legal argument, once I have not really touched that area, I can sit there and listen or I go do my research. Because I know you don't talk loosely or foolishly. You hear John Saki, you say you're living in America and public school there, they don't pay school fee. Which one? Somebody need to tell me. Before I close. Oh, God. Information. You know the thing they call education? Education is acquisition of skill. It can be acquired formally or informally. Informal education, acquisition of informal education means it is acquired outside the classroom. Formal education means you sat in the classroom and you acquire the skill. In Liberia, education is limited to acquisition of paper. That was giving Liberians in Liberia and outside Liberia hard time as to who is educated or who is not educated or what education actually means. I get educated by watching cable news, Animal Planet channel, to study the behavior of the various animals in the animal kingdom. I get educated by watching crime and investigation channel to understand crime and investigation and what those things that can give people lead to apprehending a suspect who probably would never have been seen or caught. I listen to news, I read newspapers, I listen to sermons. I sit in wise council of people. My friends, my circle of friends, my regular circle of friends are not foolish. In fact, I am the least. You see, When you are the smartest in your circle of friendship, move on there. Because you will not learn nothing new. If you're the most educated and you're the smartest in your circle of friends, move on there. You're not learning nothing new. In your circle of friends, your friendship, you should have some people far better in terms of wisdom, education, and all that stuff. Far beyond, far better than what you have or what you are. That way, you can learn from them. But if in your friends, among your group of friends, you're the wisest, you're the most educated, you're the king, forget it, you're not learning anything new. You only look like a fool. You can learn in America. Where evangelists in America, in America and other places in the world where they understand what the true meaning of education, they can award you academic credit for work experience. If you even community service, they can award you academic credit for that. If, for instance, which is true, that I worked at Justice Ministry for 11 years in the office of the Solicitor General, where our only responsibility was to represent government, either to prosecute or to defend, investigate other cases that were brought before the Ministry of Justice. As special assistant, prepare court precepts, prepare government records for all to go to court for 11 years. In other places, they will award you, when you can put that together, they award you academic credit. They don't waste your time and say, go start as sophomore. In Liberia, we're so dumb to almost everything. To the point where a man can be highly educated in a technical skill, like mechanic, for instance. A man who did electrical works, because it is technical, vocational. Once it is not academic, we say you're not educated. A man, one day somebody called me on the radio and said, we call a legislative expert to go. Now, they said, what made Darius Dillon expert on legislative matter? Now, I didn't want to go in that argument. Sorry, there was internet problem again. So as I'm winding down, so the thing to qualify being an expert is only by the acquisition of the paper. An expert is anyone who has had long years of experience in a particular field. Whether that experience was acquired by acquisition of formal education or informally. An expert is any person who has had long years of experience, of practice in a particular field. You don't need to have degree paper to be an expert in a particular field. Your long years of experience, participation, involvement. Well, that will do it for tonight. I want to thank you for listening. I'm sure tomorrow Kabineh Ja'neh will close his presentation on the defense, on the cross-examination, and then the next witness will be Councilor Philip A. Banks, who was just retired from the Supreme Court bench, so that we can put the impeachment business behind us and start to focus on other serious critical national issues. Thank you for watching, and God willing, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, and God bless you.